So we're going to get the next map underway. It's going to be
Oasis King.
Oasis King.
Now this can be a very, very entertaining map with 2 power weapons, evade, and some strange spawns at times with a forge map. But
yeah,
generally looking for players to have at least 1 or 2 around the hill, holding top green and the top red and blue hills. A lot of teams play this very differently, though.
Yeah, I'm expecting for LLL's experience to pull through here. I mean, they know being down 2-0, you know, it's no big deal really. 3 games in a row is nothing. I'm sure they've done that numerous times at the LAN over the past week. And yeah, I'm expecting an LLL win here.
Yeah. LLL do not want to go home with having a 3rd place.
They look like they heated up that last game, like 5-0 sweep, yeah, straight up. 50-49 though, really close game. They probably should have won it. So yeah, hopefully they can get back in the series, get a foothold.
If you ran out the small mistakes, then they could do it, because a little mistake of going for that camera, they could have just waited and Infused would have never gone for it. They could have won it.
It can go the other way though, so you never know. They obviously had an advantage there with the single kill. A good chance just to sit back, wait for them to come to them. Yeah. No harm in that. And but you know, sometimes gutsy moves pay off. It didn't that time. LLL put themselves in a huge hole now. Yeah. As we go into Oasis capture the flag, or King of the Hill, sorry.
Can they dig themselves out of that hole though?
Well, to be fair, there's only
and waiting for them to go live here.
It's going to be LLL.
Infused just talking over from strats, making sure they're all ready for the game. LLL are intense. Book 20 is trying to get his team pumped. A few little words. This is very big. LLL need to pull out a win here.
And starting off with Shinato here.
Yep, teams usually 2 snipe, 2 nade launcher, try and get control of the power weapons before they push into the hill. King of the Hill is an extremely team-oriented good game as well. Expect to see a lot of people slaying before they grab the hill. It's about getting that combination right as well.
Looking for a lot of players to flank the front of each base as well, where that ramp is he's just aiming at. Yeah. It's a very powerful position, especially even though where the other team's spawning.
Especially in the pillar hills as well.
And Baxter taking down Shinato straight away. 2 down for LLL. Infused have a huge advantage at the beginning, and they know exactly where Book 20 is as he is getting hill time.
Yeah, not really the start LLL would have been looking for. It's early doors. Nothing to worry about.
Will this be just as scrappy as the game before? It's seeming already at the beginning just trading kills, a bit of hill time, 5-3 in seconds.
Yeah, I'm expecting a really scrappy game. These guys would have played each other so much on this game type at the LAN. And yeah, I'm expecting a lot of milking from there. Sorry, I expect it to come down to whoever milks the hill the best, really.
Jumping on board with Baxter. He has seen the spawn from LLL and he's taken down for running straight through it.
Yeah, I think players like Baxter, it's really important how his playstyle plays in this game, like being really aggressive. If that kind of doesn't work and you're always a man down, it can be really, really hard on the King of the Hill game type. But you can get it working for you, then it'll really work out for your team.
Now, it's questionable to sit at this spawn for too long, as he will force some of his teammates to spawn with him, and being down at where the evade spawns can be not so good, as you can be flanked from every single possible opening.
I think what he was doing there was waiting for his sprint to come, let his teammates then take the shots, and he can sprint off to a better position. Yeah, it's also really important. New hills coming up to control that area of the map as well.
Spawning there once again.
Really scrappy hill time so far. No one really able to get any kind of milkage on the go.
I do feel like LLL getting the better of the beginning though, with a lot of kills on the Infused team and the control of that top green area.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab the new snipe as well. So we're on board with Shinato. I'm not really sure which power weapon's better on this map, to be honest with you. The grenade launcher or the snipe. How do you feel?
Generally, you don't see many big plays coming from snipes here, apart from a few lucky headshots, because there's not really very much cover to have a very powerful position with the snipe. Unless you hit every shot, it's probably better to have the grenade launcher in some cases.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of the last MLG event. That is kind of the area where Jack is now. That teams like to snipe from the green area. It's not really effective from anywhere else on the map. You do have a lot of scope there, but obviously if your team dies, you're not really in a good position to give them a good spawn to go at the hill.
One thing is as well, if you are using that sniper and you're not hitting shots, you're basically playing 3v4. Exactly. As you're not getting any DMR shots on the enemy team and not getting any shields weak. Ooh, Pete should have cleaned that kill up very easily, but he was taken down to no shield. And he is taken out as well by Pino. brilliant spawn for the LLL boys, but Infused are all over it.
Yeah, that was a great play. As much as Pete did choke, he kind of put himself in a position where his teammates could follow him, did the aggressive play. It was a good play.
Baxter with the new combo does get taken down by going straight out the front. I think he just heard a call out and went straight for it rather than considering where the other enemies would be. Sniper was in the hands of LLL at the front of red.
Yeah, it seems Infused been able to bring it back on this hill. They were about 20 seconds down after the first hill, but they've had the better for the exchange on this hill. Still, though, a really tight game, and LLL looked like they're about to take the lead.
And you'll notice now LLL have had a lot of time, not only in the hill, but holding that red health pack area, stopping Infused spawning there, and also getting good coverage of the map.
That was a crisp 5. Yeah, and also it was a really good for LLL. Got 3 dead just before the hill move.
Oh.
Great Welshie nade. It's really good getting 3 or 4 dead before the new hill moves, because it gives you a lot of time to think what we're going to plan next, what we're going to do next. And obviously this experienced teams are all going to have strats for that, so it really helps them clear their heads and plan the next move, basically.
Shinato is eaten alive from a raiding there. Book 57 also might be by Baxter.
We'll never know.
As we switch to his teammate Pete. He's looking for the one shot, taking down 20. There was another one shot. MVP cleans that up, and Infused have a good chance to get a good amount of hill time here with many players dead for Infused. New combo being used by 57. Oh!
And Pete doing really well there to stay alive. Put the shots on Willens, eventually finished off. What I've noticed, watching the Apex versus Infused series, Pete was kind of maybe not hitting all his shots. Maybe getting out the Armada a little bit, but he's from this series getting really vocal. I can hear him over there, and he's looks like he's playing really well, having a really strong series. So Infused have a 2-0 lead.
And in the hill, Shinato, the finger of death, does take him down as we switch to him, and Infused once again taking the lead. It's such a scrappy game and very close. Both teams very evenly matched after this pre-LAN together. They must know each other like the back of their hands.
Yeah. I remember when we had pre-LAN against Power before the last EGL now, and before the start of some games we were like, right, we'll just do something completely different then. We don't care, you know. They know what we're going to do. Let's suck it, we'll just do this and make it work for us.
2 down for LLL. And we see a lot of players pushing nowhere near the top bridge whilst this bottom hill is up. Which it can be quite a useful position to be in. If no one's pushing there, you can get a lot of shots across these red and blue rocks and the low hill. As we see, Book 20 is standing around there having a battle.
I think what a lot of the teams like to do is push through the tunnels to try and take the hill out. And obviously if you're pushing on that side of the map, like you were saying earlier, you get that evade spawn. And maybe that's the kind of thing to do when the hill's about to move, as opposed to when the hill's just moved to the green 1. Shinato grabbing the new snipe.
Taken straight out by the evade.
We're going to we'll have a listen into exactly what Infused is doing right now. Of course, the spectators here cannot hear what's going on, but we'll be quiet and let's hear from Infused.
Top red. 2 guys tunnel, 2 guys red tunnel. I'm shooting top red. Top red's one shot. Pino.
That's one, absolute.
Shinato's S2. Shinato's S2 on his own. 2 red evade. Both weak.
That's one still.
2 guys red rank. 2 guys red rank.
Red evade weak.
Just run. Just run. There's guys above you, underneath you as well. Nice.
Oh,
Please.
wow.
Oh!
Blue lobby. We're watching you. We're helping you. Me and Steph got good spawns. We're helping you both.
Still got there. I needed the back.
Back flag.
Red evade spawn. They're gonna have snipe on evade. Last guy's gonna be coming. I've not got a death cam. He's top red. He's gone top red. He's jumping.
One on evade.
One shot from blue.
I'm watching evade.
Top red.
Weak at evade.
Top red guys. Back red.
I'm dropping on
Back
evade.
red.
S1 spawn.
River. Blue window.
One shot in evade. S1 weak.
Might come blue window.
One shot Pino River. One shot Pino River.
Blue red if you can.
Weapons in 30 seconds.
Weapons in 30. Stay alive.
Top red. I got another shot.
Wait for each other. Wait for each
Top
other.
red's weak. Shoot him.
I'm on him now.
Challenge top red. We'll go man up.
One shot.
They have to kill him first. We have to kill him together.
Nice.
Red cat. Push it in. We spawn
Got
two.
Hell.
I couldn't get a shot in him.
Weapons up in 10.
One shot, bad blue. That's time. Touch guy. Time.
Weapons,
Help him.
guys.
Nice.
Green one spawn. Check it.
Do not let Stefan die. Do not let Stefan die.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Bridge.
Tails moved in 10.
And now on board with Pete here as he's taking out there. takes a look at what Blackjack is doing, and he's going to respawn, try to get back into the action here. Hill moves over. Nice push there off the respawn. Knew the clock was winding down.
And they push Pino all the way back into blue base with the power weapon. And they will be chasing him.
Yeah, it seems as though Infused kind of starting to think about the 3-0, I think. They're getting really pumped up over there. They're in the lead, and I think, yeah, I remember talking to a few of the guys after the I-Series tournament, and they were saying how they kind of saw the victory and it affected them. So it'll be interesting to see if that kind of same situation occurs here.
Shinato once again getting a nice snipe there. We didn't get to see it, but he has been taking a lot of faces in these series.
Yeah, it's great play by Infused again, though, not allowing them to milk.
Shinato managed to stay alive over there, but he's taken out by Blackjack. Infused still just scrapping 5-second stints here and there.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, especially considering the closeness of the two teams.
Slowly but surely they're getting a very good lead out of this.
Nice push by Shinato there to prevent them getting the hill.
He has the support from his teammates though, and will be taking straight out for it.
So it's a good push by Shinato. You see there's no one in position for Infused to get any hill time. He's stopped them getting at least 20 seconds there. Need more pushes like that. As you can see, Pete's doing exactly the same for his team here. Just preventing the other team from getting a few seconds here and there.
So, sometimes I wonder if it's worth just rushing at the hill over and over again. Sometimes just pushing, like we just saw there, over that top bridge and getting some control and forcing the other team to be 4-3 down. Just getting control again can be a lot more important than scrapping 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, and I think with the new hill that's moving now, new weapons as well. Still a really close game. So I wouldn't say one team needs a specific amount of time. Obviously LLL needs to win the game, so they'll be looking to rack up a decent portion of time in this hill here. So they take 2 down. I don't think Blackjack actually died there.
He gets a nice double kill and he starts getting some time. Oh, brilliant play.
It's 3 dead for LLL. Infused already on the spawn.
And this is not what you want when you're LLL.
It's not what you want when you're 2 games down now. You're literally getting pushed instantly off spawn. What you were saying about just sitting in the courtyard, sitting on that grass there, it seems to be what Infused have done. Kind of left the hill there.
Very aggressive from Pino there. Doesn't manage to take her out, and his teammates are going to rush in behind him and try and clear out the Infused side of the map. 20 doing a great job there of finishing a kill.
He had a lot of pressure on his back, getting shot in the back. And I think Jax got his first D out the Emirates of the series. Finally heard his voice.
Blackjack doing a brilliant job there of throwing some nades, getting a few players weak, and also finishing a kill.
Still though, Infused haven't really been in the hill the entire time when they've been doing it. It seemed like got a little bit too aggressive on that last one. LL made a good push, but there was, like, for example, we saw Pino sprint straight over the bridge and there was no one in the hill. Yeah, finally getting some time now.
It seems each one of these really overly aggressive and somewhat uncoordinated pushes are allowing Infused to get 10 seconds ahead each time, so maybe take it slow like he's doing now, wait for his teammates to push round, and there you go, you get the kill. That was a brilliant nade.
We've got
This
the
is
new
definitely
weapons coming up as well now, and the hill will be moving. So Infused, trying to get the snipe. This is really important, this hill now. LL managed to get themselves back in the game. They were 40 seconds down. There's important time on the end of that hill there. Hill's time is right next to each other again.
Now we switch over to Baxter and Infused. Definitely cannot see this going to 250 seconds in terms of score. It will definitely come down to this last blue hill. But we're still down on the bottom green hill. And he has cleaned up Shinato whilst he's trying to hold that.
Yeah, and what these teams will be trying to do now is get a decent enough amount of time in this bottom hill so they don't have to go hell for leather on the blue hill, and they can have time if they're not in position to make a push, and they don't have to worry about getting straight into that hill. Ooh. Which is what you guys were able to do against Infused from what I spectating that. You were able to get a decent amount of time on this last hill, get yourself right back in contention, and make them come to you on the last hill.
Now, still very, very close game at the moment. Only 6 seconds in it. It will be very important for both teams when we get towards that 1 minute mark to push over to that blue spawn area, make sure they hold it down and not give anything away, because spawning at red on the last hill is absolutely gutting because you feel like you can't do anything. Double kill there from Baxter, he's looking for the triple.
That's 3 dead for LLL. Jack may be able to get some time here. Someone from LLL sitting in the tunnels. Good play by Will there. As his team gets the evade spawn, he's going to be able to push up there and get the blue spawn for the next hill.
Pete is taken down by Shinato there. I'm not sure if it was an even fight, a 5-shot from Shinato possibly. And a spawn in the blue base for LLL is going to be spotted by Baxter. He is going to be trying to shut that down as fast as possible, especially with 20 seconds only left in this bottom hill.
LLL have done a really good job of keeping it close again. It looked like Infused were going to get some time then. They had him 3 dead. Will did really well, staying alive on Blue Rock, and LLL managed to take the lead here. But Infused,
and in Baxter's screen there, he did just see a player sprint over to the blue side, which got LLL a complete spawn there and control of this last hill.
Yeah, and I think Infused are coming up the evade side of the map behind them here. So we'll see how that push goes out for them.
This seems like a pretty much a repeat of the Apex game that I was a part of, where the last hill was where Infused just didn't, well, they didn't do that.
There's still time though for LLL. This is what I mean. They've got themselves in a good position. They don't have to rush. They don't have to worry. They've still got plenty of time. Doesn't seem like it, but they do.
Everyone needs to stay alive now for both teams. No one wants to give up anything, as it seems Infused are taken down to 2 dead. The scores are equal, and Pete is demolished by Shinato, was it?
I think this is it. I think LLL are in trouble.
This could be 3-0.
Oh, they've got
20 seconds
score
left.
I don't think there's enough time. They need to get in the hill now. And I think they've lost. Or have they?
Unless they stay in this hill. Stay in the hill! Stay in the hill! Ah! Oh, God! How clutch has he gone? Oh! Infused have done it. 3-0 sweep.
Wow. Well, I didn't expect that. That was great play at the end and managed to clutch it out.
And they will advance to play Dignitas in the grand final.
Who hold a 3-0 lead on them.
I thought LL might have just creeped it at the end.
So did I. I think someone jumped in the hill and contested it, and they didn't manage to grab the second that they needed.
And take a look at the numbers here. MVP, not the strongest of Slayers, but gets a lot of assists there. But goes -4. It doesn't matter. Of course, Jack Baxter proving why he always makes an appearance, it seems, up on the main stage for at least one of the finals, usually the winner's final. 32 kills, 25 deaths, go +7.
Very, very strong ending there.
I was hoping someone would be there to go through the stats, but they're not.
Yep. Well, MVP with most hill time for his team, -4 isn't exactly a bad ratio when you get all that hill time. Yeah. Good assist from both him and Pete at the top, and Baxter putting up the most kills and the least deaths. Just quite a solid showing from both teams. But
yeah, to be fair, I'm not going to say one team was better than the other in that game. They won by 1 second.
In both game 2 and 3, it seemed 50-49, and then I don't know how close that last game was. Maybe 2 seconds.
I don't think LLL can be too hard on themselves. Obviously,
to give you an idea of how close it was hill time wise, I'm looking over here. It was 108 MVP, and then for LLL. 114 for Pino. So Pino and Baxter, or not Baxter, MVP stepping up.
Yeah, jumping in the hill.
Quite big there. Well, I'm going to have a quick word with the guys from LLL before they leave the stage. We're going to go get ready to go with the grand final for Halo Reach. It's coming up next here on twitch.tv EGL Pro.